Yeah, it's just... To think that these guys were tag team champions at like the start of the year and then just go from that to being back where they were last year, it's frustrating because these guys are very talented. They brought them here for a reason, and apparently that reason was, we're going to have you guys put over some of our younger talent. Why? It doesn't make sense. Give them something. Give them at least some kind of a bone or give them some kind of reward. I mean, damn, jeez. Put Balor and Gallows and Anderson together, for God's sakes. Just bring back the club. Let's do something with them. Don't do just nothing. I don't know. It just gets really frustrating. But
yeah, I hear you there. I think they're one of the teams where they still got some use in them. So fucking do something with them. Because, they talk about, they've been champs everywhere they went. And then now, they had a 2-month little, whatever the hell you want to call it. And yeah, it just, God, it was horrible. And they have too many people right now? Or, I don't know, is there too many good teams? It's just, I don't know. I don't even know what to think about it.
I don't know. But we go from that to a nice little segment with Seth Rollins, The Miz, Finn Balor, and Dean Ambrose. Basically, Seth Rollins came out talking about that he deserves a shot at the Universal title, and Finn was stating that last night he was going to be the first one in line. Miz comes out, does his spiel. Dean Ambrose comes out, and they basically pull a SmackDown where instead of making a number one contendership match for the Universal title, they decide, let's go for the next best thing. Let's give them a shot at Dean's Intercontinental title. So match is made for later on in the night. Seth Rollins versus The Miz versus Finn Balor, and the winner would be the number one contender for Dean Ambrose's Intercontinental title. Well, this is only just setting up Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar, isn't it? I mean, in all honesty, yeah, I was saying that it's basically setting up Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar.
That could be awesome. I think that really could be awesome. I don't want to see Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar again, but I think that's what we're going to get because they basically just said that they're not done, that Reigns and Strowman aren't done yet. They're going to have more feuding to do, and I ultimately see Reigns going over in that and probably going on to I'd say somewhere, as long as he stays healthy within a year, it will be main eventing WrestleMania next year with probably Brock Lesnar, or even SummerSlam or Survivor Series this year against Lesnar. Who knows?
Well, only time will tell, so we'll just have to kind of wait and see how things turn out. Nice little 6-man tag with the Cruiserweights, Jack Gallagher, Rich Swann, Akira Tozawa defeating Brian Kendrick, Tony Nese, and Noam Dar. Great showcase for the Cruiserweights, other than probably the other matchup being Austin Aries versus TJ Perkins later on in the night. Honestly, after this feud between Austin Aries and Neville ends, who do you see next going in line for a shot at the Cruiserweight title?
I don't know. I kind of feel like they're pushing Jack Gallagher.
Honestly, after the great matchup that he had against Neville at Fastlane, I would not, argue with the fact that he definitely is one of those top-tier guys that would really be the next in line. Because for those of you that have not seen Fastlane, go check out that match specifically because, oh gosh, it was entertaining. It was great. It just was a barn burner. Just a great matchup from start to finish between Neville and Jack Gallagher.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, man. Next up, we have Sheamus and Cesaro basically coming out stating the obvious as to why they turned heel last night, which was honestly, like I said, one of the best moments of the night. Sheamus is once again a heel, but Cesaro finally being a heel after years. I mentioned, I think it wasn't until, I think it's been since the Cesaro-Tyson Kidd tag team deal, where last time he was a heel, and then they slowly turned to baby faces. But before that, it was a long time before Cesaro was even close to being a heel. And now he's doing this deal with Sheamus, where they basically said, you know, we were getting there, we were getting on top of the world, and that was basically, we were basically robbed of the titles by the Hardy Boys. And of course, the Hardys come out, basically do a delete promo, and we're not done with these four guys yet. We're gonna have a rematch between the four of them, possibly a ladder match, which honestly I am definitely okay with. Any other things that they could probably do? Possibly at Extreme Rules, I'm guessing.
Yeah, ladder match, TLC. Maybe who can knock their teeth out first match. As long as we don't have a stairs match again, because Jesus, that was horrible.
I think that was a one-time thing,
yeah.
Thankfully, so.
Yeah, I could see ladder match or just full-blown TLC. They might even do, could be a tables match, a kilt on a pole match. I don't know. But I do eventually think Sheamus and Cesaro are going to get the belts from the Hardy Boys.
Yeah. I also would argue that maybe they're biding time right now with the club, maybe having them eventually win the tag titles back, which I think would be the best case scenario, and not
I've been with them getting it back.
And not Golden Truth, which, honest to God, why was this segment even a thing last night? Because I just don't know. So
yeah, I hear you there.
So I kind of missed it, but can you kind of go into what happened with Bray Wyatt? I guess Wyatt kind of, I don't know if he like quote unquote threatened Kurt Angle or what was going on with him during that segment.
He didn't really threaten him. He just kind of basically said like, I'm not out here to hurt you. I know this is your show, but this is my world. And, you know, all typical Bray Wyatt fashion, you know, let's take it for what it is. Because the way they booked him lately, it's like, okay, well, that's cool. But, yeah, so, like, I don't know, kind of weird, but it made a lot more sense later, I guess. Because, I don't know, whatever happened, like, you know, we'll get to it later with the main event. I thought it was cool. I liked it. It made sense. But, yeah, I don't know. You didn't really miss much with that. Let's just put it at that.
Okay, fair enough. Apollo Crews defeated Heath Slater. Why are Crews and Titus O'Neil a thing? I have no idea, but I will admit that was a funny segment with Crews and Slater, where they're just talking about, you know, having the birds and the bees talk, and just the whole, you know, oh yeah, he has 7 kids that he knows of, ha 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 ha. Jeez. Rhino is just golden when he's teaming up with Slater. I am very surprised that they haven't done this sooner, but man, just he's getting so over just by making smart remarks and just eating a plate full of cheese and crackers. That's all Rhino needed, apparently. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, dude, I don't know, I've always liked Rhino. I liked him a lot more when he was like, you know, the man beast. and he's still kind of is man beast-ish, but they've given him a lot more comedy stuff, and they kind of did that. I think when he was first around WWE, they had him do some comical stuff, and I guess it works because he's good at it. I will say, or what I'm about to say about him is kind of like how I feel about Chris Jericho. Like, nobody could get a list over but Chris Jericho. Now, Chris Jericho could probably get cheese and crackers over, but it's also Chris Jericho. But Rhino did get cheese and crackers over, so I guess that's what I'm trying to say is Rhino's awesome.
Rhino is indeed the man.
Cheese and crackers over.
Cheese and crackers. Eat it up, man. Jesus. Of course, next matchup being, of course, Austin Aries versus TJ Perkins. It was a good matchup, and of course, Austin Aries goes over with the last chancery. Honestly, I am indeed looking forward to the rematch between Neville and Austin Aries because, last two matches have been awesome. I thought that last night's booking for Neville and Aries was very good because you're keeping the belts not only on Neville, but you're also giving Aries a win. So now we just go to the rubber matchup, which is probably going to happen again at Extreme Rules. Whether it's going to be a ladder match, a Falls Count Anywhere matchup, oh, that would be amazing. Maybe even a first ever Cruiserweight Iron Man match? Maybe. I think that'd be kind of cool. I think that they both could pull it off.
That could be pretty cool. I never thought about that. That could be cool as shit, actually. So, I guess we'll have to kind of wait and see where that all goes, but yeah, that could be awesome.
I don't think that you're going to find two better people that are going to be fit for the Iron Man match than Neville and Aries right now, and I think that would also be the best way to conclude this feud. Some people might say, well, they still have Neville given a rematch clause. They don't always have to do that, but, I mean, if they want to, that's fine, I guess, but I just think, just have this last one be the last matchup for a while, have them kind of cool off on the whole Neville and Aries deal until maybe SummerSlam time or something like that, maybe even further along than that, and just have Aries hold the belt for quite a while and, have fun with it. Let him have fun with his greatest package and his unlimited supply of bananas, for God's sakes. Just let him be the fruit man for all I care. Alright, so now let's get into the main event being the triple threat match for the IC title. Great spots all around. There's a lot of people that were flaring about the fact that, Seth Rollins might have injured Finn Balor again, which I'm thinking, oh boy, this is where Rollins is basically going to get buried, isn't he? This is where he's going to basically get talked down by the Smarks immensely, but
when did that happen?
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to think here. I can't remember the time exactly or what was the moment, but I'm guessing it had something to do with maybe having Finn Balor land on his shoulder or something. I don't know. These people are just really, or maybe it was pre-match before where it's it's the first time Rollins and Balor have been in the ring at the same time since SummerSlam, and people are just going to be like, oh, we're going to see this. This is going to be awesome. But if Seth Rollins hurts Finn Balor again, one person had a gif of a lady just flipping a table. And I'm just like, dude, just calm down. I'm pretty sure that Seth Rollins is not going to powerbomb him onto the, barricade like last time. But, no, all in all, oh, man, my favorite part of the matchup was probably that triple clothesline spot where Miz clotheslines Rollins and Balor and Rollins clothesline The Miz. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, well, that main event was really, really good. And as I'm watching that main event, Seth Rollins, awesome. Finn Balor, awesome. But the one thing that popped into my head was just how, for the last year and a half, 2 years, I have been telling anybody who will listen to me that The Miz is a main eventer.